We have a judicial despotism with these lower court judges who are created by Congress, who are not in the Constitution, who are district court judges who are supposed to operate within their district, are operating nationally. So a guy sits there and he issues an edict. Okay, Your Honor. Oh, must be okay. It's Your Honor. It's a judge. No, it's a flesh and blood, slip and fall, ambulance chasing, friggin' Democrat lawyer who puts a robe on top of his suit or her dress. Or maybe they're naked. We don't actually know, do we? What we have right now in the United States of America is the rise of judicial despotism. As you know, we've discussed it here and elsewhere. This was a concern of the framers of the Constitution, especially a group that called themselves the Anti-Federalists. But it was also a concern of the Federalists in the Federalist Papers. The Anti-Federalists also wrote papers, and I would commend them to you. They're fascinating, the debate. It's the debate over liberty and rights and how you organize government around them. But there was great concern about this judiciary, particularly among the Anti-Federalists. Now, just to confuse you even more, and I've mentioned this, but just to clear the field for this, Federalists believe in federalism. Anti-federalism believe in federalism, but also a more powerful national government. I didn't say an all-powerful, more powerful than they had in the Articles of Confederation. Now, here's the thing. James Madison was a genius in many ways. He gets out front and he calls the people who kind of share his views with we need a more powerful national government, but still obviously state authority, federalism. But we're going to call ourselves the Federalists. So the Anti-Federalists are the guys who are the more pure Federalists, the states' rights guys. So they're the reverse. It's like we're red states, they're blue states. Excuse me, they're the reds, AKA commies. They're the reds, we're the blues. But now all of a sudden, we're the red states and they're the blue states. It's like, okay, whatever. Or, how do you like this one? The Marxists, the American Marxists, call them, we're progressives. What? Which mean you and I are regressives. Oh, they're for progress, which is why they support this centralized government, massive bureaucracy, and all the rest. That's progress? No, that's government. But anyway. That's why I also talk about these cabinet departments, their names, the Department of Education. Who gets educated from the Department of Education? Nobody. Or the Department of Agriculture. Do they actually grow something? They grow nothing. They regulate people who grow things. Oh, okay, what else? Department of Energy. No, they stop energy. Oh, Department of Housing and Urban Development. They destroy cities, and they regulate housing to agree that we can't build as much as we should. So you look at the entire edifice. Department of Education. No. Department of Energy. No. Department of Agriculture. Excuse me? Go there, try and buy an apple. And on and on and on. Department of Commerce is like anti-commerce. We even have an Institute of Peace. When you drive over, I think it's the Memorial Bridge, from Virginia to Washington, and you make a right towards the White House and the Capitol, and on the left there's this beautiful building. It's the Institute of Peace. I say to my wife, what the hell goes on in there? Institute of Peace? They sit around and think about ways to make peace? What, a bunch of hippies? I don't know what's going on in there. But it's the Institute of Peace, so it must be good. It's the other thing while I'm on this issue of labeling. Language. The voice of America. In more cases than not, it's the voice of anti-America, which is why Trump wants to get rid of it. Voice of America, you're listening to the voice of America. It's me, no offense. Right? I'm the voice of America. But in any event, you listen to these agencies. Oh, the food stamp program. What? Do they create food? No, they give out these cards. It's the biggest, one of the biggest areas of fraud in the United States government. It's not the fraud food program, it's the food stamp program. We can go on and on and on. So they give themselves these really nice names, like the People's Republic of China. Apart from their death camps, apart from murdering 60 million of their fellow citizens, it's the People's Republic of China. The people have no say. It's not a republic. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Things like that. So anyway, we have in our country what's supposed to be a republic, 3 branches of government, each equal, each vying for power to maintain their power, checks and balances, you know, Montesquieu. But is that really what's happening today? No, it's not what's happening today. We have a judicial despotism today, with these lower court judges who are created by Congress, who are not in the Constitution, who are district court judges who are supposed to operate within their district, are operating nationally. So a guy sits there and he issues an edict. Okay, Your Honor. Oh, must be okay. It's Your Honor. It's a judge. No, it's a flesh and blood, slip and fall, ambulance chasing, friggin' Democrat lawyer who puts a robe on top of his suit or her dress. Or maybe they're naked. We don't actually know, do we? Well, whatever. So that's what they do. And so they're sitting there at a table, not unlike this. They have 2 or 3 law clerks who just got out of college. I'm going to order the president, turn those damn planes around and bring those gang members back. And if you don't listen to me, my God, excuse me, you don't even have the authority. You're in this jurisdiction, right here. It's not taking place in Washington, D.C. The planes aren't I don't care. The matter's in front of me. I'm ruling outside the jurisdiction. So think about this. In addition to violating separation of powers, obviously, in my view, that's a presidential function under Article 2, Commander-in-Chief and so forth, and immigration. President has plenary authority. Who the hell is this guy? In addition to that is this problem with national injunctions, which we've talked about here for a long time. Clarence Thomas has mentioned it, Sam Alito's mentioned it, Neil Gorsuch has mentioned it. Even it turns out in 2022, Kagan mentioned it, but she'll forget it, but she did. And they have the video out there. That means, at least at the initial phase of litigation, a single federal judge has more power than a majority of the Supreme Court. See, even on the Supreme Court, you got to get a majority to have a position, to put out an order. One of them can't say, I'm putting out an order. No. Now, sometimes they initially do it as a way to slow something down so the whole court can hear it. That's a process thing. But you have lower court judges that are saying, you must put this language on the CDC computer. Excuse me? You do not have access to information in your own branch of government at the Treasury Department of Social Security Administration. So, Mr. President, even though you're the head of the executive, even though you're elected nationwide, you're the president, I, Judge Ernie Grabatsky, I rule that you have no access to it. Excuse me? The hell are you? And you better not defy my order, then you're violating the Constitution. Everything's upside down and inside out.
For all this and much more, sign up for Levin TV.